Introducing one of the coolest box variations for the Nintendo 64, this is the Donkey Kong 64 set. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. I'm really happy to have this in my collection for you today. This was released in 1999. It is exclusive to North America. There is a Donkey Kong 64 set in Europe, but it doesn't come with the jungle green console, it comes with a charcoal black console. If you're wondering, this system color is identical to the jungle green release that you see over there to the right. It's just a different box variation, and this one comes bundled with Donkey Kong 64 and the N64 expansion pack that's required to play Donkey Kong 64. The boxed console here that I have is not in mint condition. The contents inside of it are in near mint condition. That's why I picked this one up. So I'm going to be unboxing this, talking about things from a collector's perspective and what makes this complete and things you should look out for, and also talk about pricing. And then at the end of the video, I'll talk about some other really cool Donkey Kong 64 items. So I love this box packaging and the 5 characters that are playable in DK64, a massive collectathon. I'll talk about it more in a moment. So on the front or the top of the system, we have the blue packaging with the 5 characters in the console. On the bottom, we have green. And the reason why I'm mentioning those colors is because on a Nintendo 64 box, on the top it's blue, on the bottom it's green, on the left it's yellow, and on the right it's red. This allows you to display your games using any color of your choice of those 4. And I love how Nintendo continued the same box style and design on this one. Now, while those sides look really good, the sides do not. So this one side has a massive rip on it, so I do want to upgrade the condition of the box at some point. And the other side has sticker damage when there was a sticker on here from someone and it was sealing it up. I'm not sure and positive that Nintendo always sealed these. Usually I don't think they sealed them. I think stores did, as a heads up as well. On the back of the system, wow, this is installed. This is so cool. I love facing off against that armadillo in World 1, I'm pretty certain. So here we have another mini game with you racing, and another mini game that I love in this is you have to play the original Donkey Kong game, which is so cool. In terms of putting this back together again, the styrofoam should be holding the system with the serial number viewable through this little window. So just keep that in mind. So let's open this up. When you're trying to get this item, you should be focusing on a few things. Number one, does it come with the styrofoam? Literally, that sounds like a weird thing, but people are selling this without the styrofoam because eventually someone might break the styrofoam. This one looks like it's in pretty good shape. I think there's a little bit of gouging right here. Otherwise, it's not broken in any of the places where it usually is. Sometimes pieces break off, and sometimes it's not included whatsoever, and other times it's just a disaster or a mess. So in here, going through everything, but I will open them up in a moment, we have the instructions in a bag. This looks so cool, guys, by the way. The console in a bag that's red with text warnings on one side. There's no text on the other side of the bag. The controller also looks like it's near mint or near new. Red on one side, clear on the other, and the bag and the controller itself, the cord has a bag around it. And then we have the AC adapter, also looking like it might be brand new or in really good shape. The bags of these, by the way, are open, so you can have access to them. They're not sealed. Then we have the cables to connect it to the TV. Same thing, not sealed. We have the Donkey Kong 64 game. I'm wondering if there should be a bag around this. You can comment below if you have this box variation and if there should be a bag around the game itself. And then another piece that I'm not sure if this came with the system, this is the original jumper pack as well as the tool to remove the jumper pack and put in the expansion pack. I'll talk about more about that later on. So styrofoam, really important to have. You want to get it, and you want to make sure it's included in the system when you buy this. Buy it once, buy it right if you can. Unlike me, I'm going to have to upgrade that console box. So let's take a look at the system. Open bag. And there's some things that you're going to want to note about the Nintendo 64. You're going to want to make sure it has everything that matches. So the jumper pack, you're going to want to make sure that's included. These little flaps, you want to make sure they match the system color for this system in particular. Some of them don't from other regions, but for the Fantastic Series systems like this one, it will. On the bottom, there's another cover. This one says EXT, and mine has numbers on it, I think 3-6. Just as a heads up about that. You want to make sure the system has the stickers. This is the information about what type of model this is. Mine says NUS-001 USA. There's the serial number sticker, you want to make sure that's included, and also the sticker on the back of the system, that's the helpline for people to call. Now, a note about the console and other things to look for. The jumper pack, sometimes people lost this. So companies have started to make their own. This one's the real one, this one's the fake one. One way that I can tell is by moving my thumb across it. This one feels more granular, this one feels a little bit more smooth. But more importantly, and visually, right above this little tick of plastic on the real one, there's no circle indented into the plastic. But here on the fake one, and it's a little bit hard to see, but right above that little tick of plastic, we have a circle there. So this one has a circle below, but very difficult to see. This one has a circle above and below, but it's quite easy to see. So the real one, I'm going to put back on. Actually, before I even do that, these items, again, I'm not positive that these should be included or not. I would be under the impression if I was Nintendo, I would not be including these with the system. I would have just been including the expansion pack already pre-installed. So I'm not positive this was with the system. If you are getting this, there's an official one. This is just the tool to take out the expansion pack so that you can lift it up. The official one has the N64 logo on it on both sides. On the other side it says Nintendo. A fake one that I have here has no logos on it whatsoever. There's probably other fakes out there and they might be getting better, but the real one should have some information from Nintendo and everything looks really crisp and sharp. So you put that under the expansion pack and you lift up and this will get the expansion pack out of the system. The expansion packs themselves, there's fakes out there as well. So this is one of the real ones. We have the Nintendo logo there, of course. Also on top, you should be able to see through, it looks like, 15 of 16 holes kind of in a square, other than that one there. On this side, same thing. You can see through. It's a 4x4 that you can see through, other than that one. Now, I do have a fake one here, of course. So the fake one, you can see that the whole placement is completely random and doesn't look like it makes a lot of sense. If you can see the sticker, obviously this is made by Yobo and it's a third party. So you want to get the real one, I would prefer. Put that back on. Awesome. In terms of the controller, so this controller is in its own bag. Maybe I'll just put the bags over there. The controller itself, you're going to want to find a joystick that's a tight joystick that looks like it's brand new or close to brand new. This one doesn't have that much movement, but when I move the joystick to the side, I can see a little bit of dirt in there and a little bit of wear. To me, it looks like someone has been using this controller. I could be wrong, but that's my initial impression. So I don't think this is brand new. Also, the controller cord. This controller cord isn't put together that neatly. I mean, if it's 20 years old, it could have been damaged a little bit in here or not look as neat as it should. But it looks like to me that someone put this back together to make it look like it's new. You also want to make sure the controller doesn't have any dents or marks or anything. And I love how the dongle here that goes into your system matches the same color as the controller. So that way if you were playing the game, of course, if someone was using a yellow controller, you would see that you're player 2. I'm using a green controller, I'm player 1. That's pretty cool from Nintendo. Great little touch, smart. Alright, in terms of the game, you want to make sure the stickers, the label is good on the front and the back, and also look at the board here. Mine looks particularly old, so I might update this or change it out with a better one, but I think this is the copy that came with it. I'm not sure if this said not for resale on it. I doubt it. I think it's just the normal game pack, because that's what it shows up here. The AC adapter. Again, looks like it's new, and this is an official one because it has Nintendo up here, and on the side, or on the back, it also has the Nintendo 64 logo. There are third-party AC adapters. That's not a problem, but you probably want the official one. For the cable to connect it to your TV, I don't think Nintendo would put a green twist tie around here, so I don't think this is actually brand new. But it says Nintendo right there on it. The third-party ones usually don't say anything in there. I'm sure there's other third-party ones out there as well. The instructions should have their own bag. People really do care about the bags. So in the open bag, it's not sealed, we have a lot of inserts. So we have Going Ape. the Nintendo Power little insert, you should make sure that no one filled out this and detached it or took it off, because that does matter to some people. So try and keep it in good shape. Then we have the instruction manual for Donkey Kong 64. Mine comes in various languages. Yours might not, depending on what country you got this from. Then the expansion pack booklet. This is for the instruction booklet for the expansion pack that goes into your system. 2 instruction manuals for the system themselves, again in 2 languages. And then one of the coolest inserts that I've seen. This is the Store 64. We also have this being blank, which is what you want. But let's just take a look really quickly at some of the prices from 20 years ago for Nintendo items. Can you imagine buying a Star Fox 64 CD for just $12? I wonder how much that goes for now. This Super Mario 64 shirt, I actually want to find. That is so cool. It was only $16 back then. And another thing that jumps out at me is these plush. I sometimes see these on eBay, especially Wingcap Mario. The whole set going for $20, each of them individually 6. That's crazy. Prices now are way higher. And on the other side, the coolest thing back here to me is this Nintendo 64 system house. I've seen these before just for cartridges. I actually have a smaller one, but not when it actually has the system and room for the controllers and everything. I would love to find that at some point too. That's really cool. So those are all the inserts that the system comes with. That's the controller, the console, the game, the instructions, the AC adapter, and the cable to connect it to the TV, as well as all of the bags. The thing that I don't know if my system came with is the jumper pack and the Nintendo 64 official tool for the jumper pack. So it might or might not have come with this. I've seen these on eBay with and without. I've seen a video with and without. I can't really tell. The jumper pack does come in a few variations that are official. Both of these are official. One has a sticker, one just has plastic etched into it. They should both, though, come with this pink-purple sticker that would go on top, that when this is in your system, it holds it basically to the system. So the one that I got didn't have it, but it probably should if it ever came with the system. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if it's supposed to come with this or not, just as a sense of clarity. All right, let's get through pricing. So pricing for this system, if the box was mint and everything else was in the condition you see here, like new condition, these, if they were mint completely, are selling on eBay for about $415 to $450 US. If it's in this condition with a damaged box, but insane things on the inside that look like they're quite new, then it's probably going for about $375 to $400. If it's damaged, like my box here, and you don't have the bags for everything, then you might be able to find it for as low as $300 US. Again, it depends. The year is 2020 when I'm making this video. Prices go up and prices come down. What happens if you don't want the entire box set? If you're just looking for the Nintendo 64 Jungle Green console? Well, the jumper pack included, not the expansion pack, the jumper pack, just the deck with no cords and no controller, I would say about $75 US right now. If you want the expansion pack, just the expansion pack, it's selling for $40 US. That's crazy, guys, that the expansion pack is now going for $40 US. If you want just the controller working, but maybe the joystick isn't that tight, it would probably go for $25 to $30 US. If you're looking for a really good joystick, then probably $40 US. And if you're looking for a controller that looks like it's new, it's probably going for like $80 to $100. It really depends on the collector and how new it really does look. If you just want Donkey Kong 64, I just want to play the game, it's usually selling for around $30 US. If you want to get the game, the instructions, and the box, but not the expansion pack and no other inserts, then you can probably find it for about $60 US. But as soon as you want all of these, and the expansion pack, and the inserts and everything in mint shape, especially with that expansion pack, it's usually selling for over $120 US if you're a completionist and you want all of them. People always want, or collectors always want absolutely everything. It drives up the value. So that helps with pricing, I hope, but also I want to talk about another really cool Nintendo 64 item that I have for Donkey Kong. The controller, the DK64 banana-tipped controller. This thing is wicked. Alright, whoever designed this, you're awesome. So this controller has DK64, the logo obviously on top. It's a yellow controller. The yellow matches the cartridge, and it also matches the regular yellow controller that was already released. However, we have banana tips on the bottom of the 3 handles. If people were using this over time, it will eventually become damaged and start to wear off. So you want to get it in really good shape. Mine has a little tick here, and I'm not even sure what that is, but it's stuck on the controller. The port is matching yellow. These were available through Nintendo Power Magazine. They sell in good condition for almost $400 US. If it's not in good condition, then it probably goes down to maybe $300 US. It really depends. But what a cool item to have with the system. I almost wish this box set came with one of them, and it wasn't exclusive to the Nintendo Power giveaway. But I love that. Let me know what you think of this box system variation. Did you have this one? As a little story, I wanted to buy this one when I was growing up. When I saved up all my birthday money to buy my very first Nintendo console ever, I wanted to get this one. I went with my godfather to Costco, but they were sold out. I went with him because he had the membership to Costco and my family didn't. I ended up buying a normal N64 charcoal black because I couldn't find this anywhere. That's why it's so cool to finally have this in my collection. Thanks so much for watching. If you could click the bell notification, it'll let you know when I post videos and when they come up. I post videos usually on Wednesdays and Sundays around 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Thanks so much again. Go collect them all, keep smiling while gaming, and have a great day, everyone. Stay safe.